Take 5.
Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's football season. All right, it's football season. At Take 5 Pod, you know exactly what we do. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything, man. We're also going to be on Spotify, Amazon Music, so check us out on there as well. But without further ado, let's get into the show. We got a very, very big show, but we got 5 faces on, so I'm going to ask these guys how they're doing this morning.
I'm feeling good. Great. I'll go ahead and start it off. Like, football season is in full swing at this moment. Like, NFL is coming with a full game day tomorrow. Like, honestly, like, it can't really get better than this.
I can't wait to see the Falcons lose like week 1. Just gonna make my meat.
That was uncalled for.
My fault.
Falcons are gonna win. We're gonna win tomorrow, but that's fine.
Yeah, we are definitely gonna win tomorrow. I will be in attendance for that one. You know what I'm saying? We get to expose Bryce for being a fraud, but you know, that's not the direction we're gonna take this though. That's not the direction we're gonna take this, because at Take 5, you know, we do these things for our viewers, our fans, followers, whatever you want to call it. Let me turn my shit. Oh, we might loud because it's all the way at the end. That sound better. We good?
Yeah.
All right. At Take 5, you know, we do these separate things. So what we've been doing lately is we started a fantasy football league. Okay, so we had our draft last week. Let's get into that. Let's see what the results were. All right. So let's get into this. All right, so this our 12-man league. Got all our teams in here. You know, I wanted to start off with the winning team first. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to start off with the winning team first. So just avert your attention. Avert your attention to the right side of your screen. Okay, so first I had to go with Patty Mahomes. You know, that pick, you know, it speaks for itself. You know, we already know exactly what he does. You know, without Kelsey in the lineup, it was definitely weird. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. You know, I'm more at peace about that situation now, but we're gonna talk about that later. I had to go with the home team boys as well, so I had to go Bijan. He's gonna show y'all something incredible. You know what I mean? I'm talking about catching the ball. I'm talking about rushing the ball. He's gonna put up a lot of points, you know, as he's projected to do so. And then we have Kyle Pitts, you know, coming off a pretty good season, you know, so a pretty good year, pretty good showing. And I have high hopes for the young man. You know, it's only up from here. But I'm gonna get into some of y'all. So and I'll let you talk a little bit about some of your fantasy picks.
Yes, sir. It was a great week 1. Way to start it off with Amon-Ra and Harrison Butker. I would have liked to see Amon-Ra get a lot more looks, a lot more catches, but it's week 1. You know, they got some wrinkles they gotta get out. But you know, other than that, I thought it was a solid week 1 for my team.
I mean, they only throw to Amon-Ra. Like,
yeah, him and Laporta. Sam Laporta, they're tied in. I feel like those are and Reynolds slick. Reynolds was slick, getting a lot of touches for no reason. Like,
he had a good game.
They were spreading the ball around a bit.
Yeah.
Nah, Goff was hooping.
Amon-Ra didn't get anything in the second half. I think that was
it was all first half. It was so annoying.
I mean, he's
definitely a weird game. Definitely a weird game. We'll get into it a little bit. But Miles, what you got, man?
Well, I probably made the biggest mistake in the draft, like with McCaffrey in the first round, just because obviously I believe in him when he's on the field, but he's not on the field all the time, so that might hurt. But we went for higher volume guys in the PPR league, so McCaffrey will get a lot of targets, AJ Brown and Debo. So looking to build on that with the PPR, and then Joe Burrow, you know, highest paid quarterback in the league now, average year, and so I'm looking to have a strong start to this season.
Definitely got to. Yeah, we'll see what Joe does this year. Coming off that injury, we'll definitely see. Jacob, he's weird. AF. So Jew, what we got?
As y'all can see here, the draft is pretty much like the draft was won very clearly by me. Like, so we have Deshaun Watson to start off, right? Then we have Boobie Sanders, Boobie Sanders is going to be a very, very, very high volume running back this year with the Carolina Panthers. They don't really have like the backup's okay. It's Chuba, but he's not getting any touches because they just paid Boobie, which means he's getting ran into the ground. Then we have Cam Akers. If we look at the end of last season, Cam Akers, when they played him, literally rushed for the most yards in the league. Nobody outrushed him. 0 players. That actually happened. 0. Don't shake your head. That happened.
But it don't matter.
Yes, it does. And then we have Jalen Waddle. We know what Jalen Waddle does. I hesitate to pick Miami players because I think Tua is garbage. So it's difficult for me to put Dolphins players on my team, but Waddle's so nice, it doesn't really matter. Deontay Johnson will out-touch George Pickens this year, so I don't really have to go into that. Like, he's going to out-catch him at least. Maybe not yardage-wise, but he'll out-catch him. And if the touchdown numbers go up from what I think he had 1 or 0 last year, he's top 10. He's top 10, top 15 in the league. Then Mark Andrews, we know what Andrews does. And Raheem Mostert is now the only running back who's healthy on the Dolphins. You can see, like, I can read into things like it's really crazy out here.
You're just spitting a load of garbage right now.
How's that garbage? Both of the running backs got hurt right after I picked Mostert. It was just like things really like came into focus right after that. So now I have another possible running back 1 or 2 on my team. The league's done. Like, y'all are actually done. Like, seriously, y'all are done.
That is just vomiting BS on live. I have
that boy.
They gonna call you out again.
Deshaun Watson. I have that boy Deshaun Watson too.
You better hope he doesn't fold this year.
Yeah,
I don't think he will. I think he's gonna play good ball.
Like,
it's a tough division.
Gotta go out there and prove. So
definitely does. Should be interesting.
I wish you had my bench on focus though, because like low key, I think I have a guy on there too, but it's okay. Move on.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to move on. We just wanted to look at some of the other players that we had here. So, we'll just look around. We'll start with Jack Couch over there. So we got Josh Allen in the crew. And like what we got over there, Falcons defense.
No, Jack Couch's team is actually tough.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Jack Couch's team moves me. His team moves me.
Yeah, I like that Diggs, Allen, and
Drake London. Like, folks don't know, Drake London is nice.
He's smooth.
And Pollard, I think Pollard's gonna have a top 10 season at running back, fantasy wise at least.
Yeah, he might. He might. Matheson, I don't know. Like, people are saying Matheson is gonna replace Dalvin. I don't see that happening.
I mean, that's a high bar.
He did every week.
No, he did, but that's not really. I don't know if that's going to continue. I don't know if that's sustainable. Is what I'm trying to say. We'll see though.
Yeah,
we'll see. All right, Parker Caleb. All right, the OF. So that's my matchup first week. So he had Goff going Thursday. What do we like from his team?
So I mean, solid running backs. I don't like Mike Evans this year. I don't really like Judy this year either. His hamstrings hurt, I'm pretty sure, or his ankle or something. I don't know about him. But otherwise, it's a good team. It's a pretty good team.
Yeah, pretty solid squad. 2 fairly high volume running backs, so that should bode well for him throughout the season.
Yes, sir. What about Austin? The motion
team.
Justin Fields.
It's not bad. We just have to see what Gibbs does. Like, if Gibbs can improve, Pacheco will never be a good fantasy player. That's that. He needs to take him out of the lineup. But
something about these KC players.
Gibbs, I don't know. Gibbs, Gibbs will get better as the season goes on.
It'd be a toss-up.
Who, Gibbs?
Yeah.
I mean, he just needs to catch passes. If he catches passes, like he's a fantasy monster.
I don't even think he caught. I don't think he caught one.
He caught one.
He caught
one or two, but
or
not
4.
really any. Yeah, not many touches. I mean, any big catches.
I like his team, especially if Justin Fields puts up the fantasy numbers that he's projected to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fields
is
is
a pretty
tough.
good team.
I forgot. You left out on my team. I have Cooper Kupp. Like that.
Hey, wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute.
I had to go back and reference it because I was like, this can't be my team. I was like, this is not my regular team.
This is not this team.
Nah, I just put whatever roster y'all had going, at the time.
Like I told y'all.
That's just what y'all had going at the time. I had some other players going too. Like, what are we doing? Like,
one pick is
out. It's not.
Yeah, we left that part out, but it's okay. Though. Keep going.
You should have mentioned that in your diatribe. Like, you took about 5 minutes to go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just reading off the screen. Like, I couldn't, recall it straight from memory.
You want to talk about your defense too? Like,
no, it's okay.
All right, then we'll move on. We'll move on. Joey Costa. All right, so this is a basketball man. How did he do with this fantasy football?
It's not bad, honestly.
I think it's
Justin Jefferson.
As long as I don't know if Darren Waller's going to stay healthy. Like that's his biggest question mark every year. So if Waller can play, he should be in for a big season with the Giants because they have no great receivers. But Michael Thomas as well. That like the biggest question mark with this team is like, are they going to play? Like Godwin, Waller, and Thomas, all those guys. Like you never know.
They've been getting injured recently,
and even his defense is really reliant on that boy Von Miller. I don't think the Bills defense is going to be that good.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a minute.
Yeah.
Some mixed emotions, mixed feelings. We'll go to Team Escalar.
Jassim.
Yeah, Jassim. How did he do?
I mean, doubling up on Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, it could be a bit risky, but obviously two great players. Just
I don't know. I would get Allen. I don't like Mike Williams this year because they drafted Quentin Johnson, I think it is. Big play guy. Like I think he's going to take away some of those big play Mike Williams catches. But I mean, he is a dog though, so we'll see.
No, yeah, I like that. I like that little combo. Honestly, I feel like at least one of them, is gonna like go off.
Somebody's gonna score every week.
Yeah. But like,
strategy.
The runners he has on his team, those
are serious.
It's another high volume thing. I mean, and Lamar is certified, so
yeah.
Man, yeah, quarterback and running back he's great. Honestly,
I don't know what maybe the league's just that deep nowadays because it feels like in all of these fantasy drafts we've been doing, like every team is pretty stacked still.
Yeah.
I feel like it hasn't been like that in previous seasons.
That's true.
It definitely seems that way.
Yeah.
Like we go to Perk Rogers, like he got hurt. What do we think of his team?
I don't know.
I don't know if I love it.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Not gonna lie, Shamar. I don't know. Is somebody hurt?
I mean, I don't know. Like he could have people on the bench too.
Let me check because
yeah. Let's do Shamar justice.
It seems like
let's do it justice.
Like, I don't know.
Hopefully he has Alvin Kamara.
Okay, yeah. He has Travis Kelce on the bench and Kamara. So yeah, it looks much different.
Yeah, that's a good squad then. Honestly, if they're all healthy,
it's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, because like the Jamal Williams was confusing me a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good pickup though for the first 3 though.
Yeah,
the first 3, he's gonna have a big game.
He still might be relevant. Like remember when Mark Ingram?
I mean, he's gonna score touchdowns. Definitely,
he'll score touchdowns too.
Yeah.
And I think last but not least, no, is that it? No, yeah. Last but not least, we got Kirko Chains.
Of course he has Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, no.
Like,
The Minnesota man. What do we like?
He has good pass catchers.
Yeah,
like really elite.
I don't hate it.
Okay, and I've heard Nick Chubb. He's a good fantasy back.
Chubb will play pretty well. He won't catch passes as usual, but I think they'll be fine. I don't know. Cole Kmet is iffy because the Bears don't throw the ball that much, and if they do, they're gonna throw it to DJ Moore.
Yeah,
but I don't know. And DeAndre Hopkins, same issue. Like, how much volume will he get on the Titans? I don't know.
He's gonna get a big target share though. There's no one else.
No, he will. Like, when they throw the ball, it's probably going to go to him. But it's just how much will they throw the ball. I would like to see them go away from Tannehill this year too, and go to Malik Willis. He actually played pretty well, and Tannehill's he's never going to be the guy. So yeah,
it's an interesting take. At Take 5 Pod. I was supposed to. Yeah, it's a Fire Pod. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything, man. We're also on Spotify and Amazon Music right now. So check us out there. Take5pod.com is our website as well. Go ahead and check that out for some more information about us and the podcast. But yeah, we got to get back to the main part of the show, The main part. All right, so Bosa Bag, episode 23. 5-year, $170 million. What was our reaction to this?
Well deserved.
Yeah, I think it's just crazy. The disparity between him and like Saquon's contract and like honestly, I think Saquon and Nick Bosa, they're like similar in talent. Like Nick Bosa might be a little bit better at football, but like they're similar in talent, and especially like what they do for their teams. Like Saquon, he's their whole offense. Like Nick Bosa, he's half their defense. Like I just feel like this is disrespectful, bro. This is just a disrespectful contract.
Okay. So it's not about talent.
I don't care about value. I don't care about how much they get injured.
How do you not care about value when we're talking about how much to pay players? How can you not care about value and we're talking about how to pay players? You're compensated based on your value.
No, that's not.
What do you mean? No, you're not paid for your talent.
Sometimes you should be.
When?
What do you mean?
It's a mixture of both.
I don't know. Seriously, when should you be? When are you paid for your talent? Like when?
Lots of players on losing teams who don't win at all just get paid because they're that good. They're not getting paid because they're bringing value to the team. They're getting paid because they're that good.
They are bringing value to the team.
What value? They're losing.
It doesn't matter if they're losing. They're bringing in fan revenue. Like they're bringing in a lot to the game.
Come on, bro. Everyone does that though.
No, they don't.
No,
that's not true.
Every good running back does that.
Most running backs,
and it's not just value in the sense of like fans and money wise. It's value to the team.
I know that's what I just said.
Yes, his value to the team is not the same. You can't go plug in Nick Bosa's backup, right? You can't go plug in Nick Bosa's backup and he produce a quarter as much as Nick Bosa does. If you go plug in a backup for Saquon, he's gonna have a productive year. He's gonna be productive.
Taking it
What are you talking about?
He's gonna produce the same as Saquon.
No, I didn't say that. He's going to be productive.
No, it's not the same at all.
Yes,
he's gonna be productive. Like he might, get a few touchdowns. It's not gonna be near the same amount of production.
He's gonna plug in two guys. Then you put two guys in, a guy to run on first and second down, and a guy to play on third down. You can replace 85% of Saquon's production.
Okay.
Facts.
I mean, you can do that. You can say that with the Eagles. Eagles have rotations. They do the same thing.
I don't think that's not the point, though. The point is that like you can't. There's no one that can replace Bosa.
There's no combination.
There's no combination of league.
What?
of 2 players, 2 elite players.
No, there's not a combination of players who are going to produce, who are going to replace 70% of Bosa's production. That's
Okay,
not
that's fair.
But Ian, are you saying that Nick Bosa did not deserve this contract?
Or he's just having this running back argument?
Yeah, in comparison to other players like Saquon and Josh Jacobs, I do think he got overpaid.
That's a fine pot.
So like,
I don't care.
So like, when Chris Jones gets his contract, which I assume will be close to this, like, is he not going to deserve that?
That's a whole new wrinkle that we have to add in right now.
I don't even know, man. I just feel like the contracts, like they're based on too much on availability, and it should be based on talent.
I mean, that's availability is big.
Yeah, I get it, but Nick Bosa can get hurt anytime. Like these other players can get hurt anytime.
You live in a fantasy land.
No, I do not. Like this is just stupid.
You're
like,
you're operating in a fantasy land. This is.
I just want to add something. But my fault, Drew. I just want to add something though. So like Ian, like if this was like Aaron Donald in this situation, you know what I mean? Like 170, you're not paying that man.
Dude, I didn't say I'm not gonna pay him. I just think it's disrespectful and not the set. Like I just feel like the people like running backs like Josh Jacobs and Saquon, like their talent is just as good as these players. So I just feel like the contract should be a little bit closer. Like this is crazy. 170 million.
You got to think though. You got to think the most valuable guys in the league are going to be quarterbacks.
I get it.
And the guys in the trenches.
Okay, I get it.
Especially guys who play on the edges of the trenches. So if you lose your left tackle, his backup is going to suck pretty much. You don't ever carry 2 good tackles, or 3. I mean, you don't ever carry 3 good tackles. That pretty much never happens. Almost no teams in the league have a tackle off the bench who's good. That doesn't happen. If the Falcons lose Bijan Robinson, I pray to God we don't. I pray. We're going to put in a guy in his second year who just rushed for 1,000 yards.
It's not the same. He can't do everything that Bijan can. Not even close.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's why you wouldn't pay Bijan $830 million.
I don't know
because the guy behind him can replace a lot of his value.
He cannot do the same thing as him. We all know this. Let's just stop being.
I don't
weird.
care about him being able to do the same.
Yeah, it's not
you don't have to be able to do the same.
Dude,
he can be a valuable piece of our team.
Dude, anyone can run between the tackles, but can this player go for 80 yards at any given time? No,
he can't. It doesn't matter. He still rushed for 1,000 yards and had like the most yards per carry last year, and he's a backup running back now.
So when Bijan leads the league in rushing his first year or in all-purpose yards, he's gonna be the same production as Algier in his first year? No, it's not even gonna be close.
I'm not arguing that it will. I'm just saying that's why you wouldn't pay a guy. You wouldn't pay. Why are we having this again? But you wouldn't pay a running back that kind of money because his backup can replace him, not fully.
I'm just saying
replace a lot of his production.
I understand that. I just think it's unfair.
Bro, life's not fair.
Life is not fair. Bro, I mean, life is not fair. Like, you know, like me, for instance, you know what I'm saying? You pick up Patty Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? You think he's gonna, like, you know, go some games without getting an interception to hurt your score or whatever. But I mean, this is what we have. You know, TNF, Thursday Night Football, week 1. This is how we start the year. What's his name?
KD Tony.
Kadarius
Tony. I don't watch football that much. I'm trying to get back into it. But what I saw from you, Kadarius Tony, dude, man, y'all take it away, man. What was y'all reaction to Thursday Night Football? What was y'all takeaway? What y'all have for that?
Mine is like, I feel like the Lions did get a little better, especially on defense. Their defense was trash last year. They definitely got better, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of overreactions about the Lions. Like, I do think they'll have a good year, but I won't necessarily pencil them in for division champs. Not yet, at least. I would like to see how the Packers play and the Vikings. I think that's going to be a pretty good division. Bears, I mean, we'll see what the Bears do. But I would say we need to pump the brakes on the Lions a little bit because that was the Chiefs B team that they just beat, if we're keeping it real. But yeah, terrible performance by Chiefs pass catchers. Like, there's no excuse for that, honestly. Like, KD, Tony, yes. Sky Moore, he had a few catchable passes. Even that last pass, in my opinion, that's a catch. Like, that should be a catch
right there.
Yeah,
in
my opinion, that should be a catch for an NFL player, a playmaker. But I mean, we'll see. Chiefs are fine though. Like, they'll be fine as long as they get Chris Jones back. If they don't get Chris Jones back, and if the Travis injury is bad, they are in trouble a lot.
So is the rumor, or not the rumor, but is the I guess the headlines true right now? I think is Kansas City in desperate need of Kelsey in order to have a successful offense?
I mean, he'll probably be back next week.
He should be. That's why I was reading.
It's a bone bruise. Like it's really like a pain tolerance thing.
It hurts, from what I hear.
No, it does hurt for sure. I mean, they did say like when he had that morning workout, like he didn't have that much power.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have a long break going into the next game. I'm assuming it's going to be on Sunday. So, yeah, he should be okay with 9 days.
Yeah, I believe it's 10 days until the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So, I expect him to be on the field. Chris Jones, on the other hand, who knows?
We'll see. We'll see about him. Other wrinkle I add into it, fantasy team. One of my running backs, David Montgomery, in his debut with the Detroit Lions there. I saw some good things. I saw some, perhaps miscues, whatever you want to call it. He has some good runs there. I think he could be a valuable piece to this team, this offense. So we'll see if he could help Goff out, relieve some pressure, hopefully. And you got anything?
I just want to say I agree with Julian's take, I guess, with the Lions. I don't really think they're that good. Like you said, they faced the B team, Chiefs B team. Like, I thought their O-line was kind of underwhelming, especially rushing wise. Like, with Chris Jones there, I think they don't really get much. I don't know. It was really underwhelming for me, for the Lions at least.
I do think they're going to get better. I do think they're going to get better, though. Like, when they get Jameson Williams back, as Gibbs gets more involved, like, I do think they'll get a little better.
Yeah, it was definitely his first game.
I was really, like, I don't think they're bad. I was just saying, like, pump the brakes a little bit. Like,
I'm understanding. I get that. I get that. I think they look good, though. I think they look good. We're going to switch gears a little bit. Okay, so we also had, the first week of college football pass through. There was a lot going on that day, honestly. So, first and foremost, I guess the game of the day, the most shocking one was where, Duke, they stunned the Clemson Tigers 28-7, put down a couple rushing touchdowns on them. Shocked the world with that one. I mean, what was y'all's reaction to that particular game if you saw it?
Yeah, me. All right.
Y'all boys are y'all are too quiet right now for all of this college football that y'all swear y'all be watching.
I wanted to let them speak. I'll give my spiel.
Okay? Go ahead, give your spiel.
Okay,
give your spiel.
Relax. I know you're eager for my takes, but in due time, twin. But anyways, so yeah, I watched this game. It was a Monday night game or a Sunday night game, I think.
Yeah.
But, it was Monday.
Sunday? Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. I saw this game. Honestly, I won't tell you that it's crazy surprising. Like, Duke had a pretty good year last year. and I was kind of hesitant to see what Clemson, or I was hesitant to say Clemson was like back this year because I didn't know what their quarterback looked like. What I saw last year, he didn't look that good, and he kind of confirmed that the other night on Monday night. Like Klubnik, I don't know how good he is. Like he doesn't look like he has a live arm. Like he can move a little bit, but I don't know. I saw his pro comp was Matt Ryan. And you know how I feel about Matt.
Oh my god!
Like that doesn't he doesn't move me at all. But like hopefully for Clemson they can find a way to get back. But it's looking a little scary for them down to South Carolina because there's a storm coming from South Florida. Nah, just like but on a serious note, like they need to hit the transfer portal in this next cycle badly. Like Dabo Swinney has swear by like trying to recruit guys and like training them up through his own system. That won't work anymore. Like you're not winning like that in today's college football, as you can see with the next team on the list, Colorado. Like the transfer portal works wonders. So if Clemson's going to try to keep competing with these high school guys that they recruit, and they're losing guys to the transfer portal but not bringing them in, I just don't see how. I don't see how this success that they've had is sustainable. I see it honestly crashing and burning, and Dabo Swinney will be on College Game Day. So, yeah.
Nah, Drew, I appreciate you. Now that was very eloquent. That was very eloquent. See, me, I'm a little bit more blunt. You can't lose to Duke. Like, can we just keep it a stack? Like, can we keep it a buck for a minute? Like, you can't lose to the Blue Devils. You can't do that. You cannot do that. But I'm gonna move on.
I mean, yeah, like Duke, what they won like 8 games last season. It's like, so it's, I mean, and I think it was stronger as the season went on. So it is, I mean, Clemson, yeah, they probably lost the steps.
And hey, I'm gonna keep it pushing.
But yeah, that one, I think I watched the first half and like it was Monday night, like I was tired, so I did go to bed thinking like, oh, okay, maybe they, not much else is gonna happen, like it might be close, but yeah, then I woke up to 28-7, and it's like, yeah, okay, y'all couldn't score, y'all couldn't do anything in the second half.
Nah, that was different. That's a beat down.
Yeah, like I saw Clemson fans trying to make excuses, also like saying like they just fumbled in the red zone and stuff, but like they also they benefited from a lot of mistakes that Duke made as well. Like Duke, I think they muffed a punt like in what's it called, in their own territory. Like that was a bad game. Like there's nothing that you can say to make me think that they played well in that game. Like it wasn't just because they fumbled. Like, yeah, you didn't execute in the red zone, you're not winning. But like they also got physically beat. So I didn't see anything good in that game.
Yeah.
No good play calling, none of that stuff. So
no silver lining, really. Coach Prime, getting his first W over in Colorado against TCU. A bit of a thriller over there, definitely a high scoring affair. What do we know about Coach Prime, and should we believe the hype is my question.
I think we should. I mean, they got 2 like real Heisman candidates, I feel like, especially Travis, with him playing corner and wide receiver, which I do think he'll have to pick one by the end of the year. But even though like he got a pick in 100 yards his first game, like that should be enough like to keep him up there for a minute. But even Shador, he looked tough, like really tough, insanely tough.
Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, even the running backs look good.
He had like 3 touchdowns in the game, and
yeah, they look good. The offense looks very good.
Obviously, the defense was a little shaky, but
yeah,
as expected though.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll be good there, especially like even if you don't believe the hype for this year, I would say believe in the process. Like I do think that they'll like give it some time, like maybe this year plus. They'll end up being real good. So,
you think Shador is going to come back next year? Does he have to?
Probably.
I think he has to, But yeah, I think he'll come back. I'm pretty sure. I think he'll come back. And Travis has to come back, does he not?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll both be back next year for sure.
Some good stuff. Now I'll definitely be tuning in. It seems very exciting. Good little wave they got going on right now. So we'll definitely see about it.
They play in like 30 minutes too. Or
yeah.
Like so, we'll see.
That's
If they lose that game, then obviously we'll have over. But
that's different takes.
Is Nebraska ranked?
No.
Oh.
But they have a new coach, new quarterback. So people are expecting them to be better. They lost last week in a close one. So we'll see.
Factual. At Take 5 Pod. Okay, so what is this? Georgia versus UT Martin. And then we had Alabama and Middle Tennessee. So any quick takes about that? I know those are the hard-hitting teams that we got. So
nothing to see.
Did we see anything?
Nothing to see from the Georgia game. As usual, They play a powder puff schedule. So there's really nothing that we can take away from that. The Bama game, obviously, that was also a powder puff game, but they do have a big one today. So which I respect. Like week 2, they came ready. Like they're going to play Texas tonight, or they're playing at home, but they're playing Texas tonight. Week 2, like, all right, it's getting serious early. So,
and Quinn Ewers, or however you say his last name, he's tough.
I think he'll be the best quarterback on the field, though.
Yes,
I don't know.
Nah, he will.
I don't know if he will.
Let's stop it. Let's stop that.
Okay, my only thing is I've heard a lot of Jalen Milroe hate. I don't know what to expect because, he has he wasn't a great thrower when he had to play last year, but kind of like Jalen Hurts did in that offseason, after he got benched, he came back that next year, even off the bench, you could see he was much improved in the passing game. We'll see if Jalen Milroe can take that same step. And if he can, I think that we need to calm down with the Bama hate, and they'll be a force. A real force. And I also think this is one of those games that people are expecting Bama to lose. I don't know why. I don't agree. I don't agree.
Dude, they're facing one of the better quarterbacks.
No. Texas is great. Texas is going to have a good year. They're a great team. I'm just not saying a lot of people are expecting Bama to lose this game at home. I don't expect that. I think Bama is Bama. I'm not expecting to fall off anytime soon. So we'll see tonight.
What other games are y'all watching today? I saw Mississippi Tulane. Y'all just talked about Bama, Texas
A&M and Miami. Yeah.
What time does that come on?
3:30. The Aggies are coming to Coral Gables today, or not Coral Gables, Miami Gardens, but the Aggies are coming to Miami this afternoon. That's going to be a good one, honestly. I don't know. If our old line is good, I think we have a good shot. They looked really good last week. That was the best game. It was Miami of Ohio, but that was the best game I've seen them play since I was a student there. So that's 4 years. So if they can play well, if they beat Texas A&M in the trenches, I think we're going to win that game. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. But
okay.
Shout out to y'all though.
Expect to hear from me next week.
For sure. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Yeah, let's move on. Finally, some ball talk, man.
Anyway,
goodness. I like football stuff, but anywho, at Take 5 Pod, make sure y'all follow us. All social media. Same old. Every Saturday we will be on. Probably. We'll check on that. Anywho, Team USA got eliminated. Before I go into my my spiel, do y'all have anything y'all like to say about this one?
I mean, it's whatever.
I just feel like we need to get back to that. Our best players really playing for Team USA.
That'll happen in the Olympics. It'll be more of the best
Hopefully,
players. At least.
it
But
better
like,
be.
if we send like a cookie cutter squad, like
They
you
will
got
get beat.
sometimes you gotta expect these results.
Yeah, Reeves is not gonna cut it off the bench. I'm sorry. He's not a superstar. He's not a superstar. He's not.
He's not an all-star.
He's not an all-star.
Yeah.
Julian,
He's solid though. He's good. Like,
Nah,
Julian,
he's
do
not
you
gonna
have
cut
any
it.
more to add there?
about Reeves or just in general. Like,
Just in general.
I feel like I already said my spiel about the team. Like, I already told y'all there's no superstars on this team and what was going to happen. When you have no superstars on the team, you're not winning a tournament.
Well, only Ant-Man potentially.
Yeah, maybe, but not now. He's not now. So
All-star.
we can refer back to my take a few weeks ago. I know y'all saw like got some buzz on it. Like there was some hate in the comments, and I want to address y'all now. I'm not gonna lie. I want to address the haters in the comments who told me I didn't know what I was talking about. Somebody said, "What are my credentials?" Check the box score. I wish I had your ass and we put him on the screen right now, but I don't.
Anywho, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me be perfectly clear. I'll start it off like thank you for making me laugh, Julie, because I was starting to get pissed off looking at that. You mentioned that you need superstars to win. Obviously, we lost to a team that did not boast any type of superstars. We're talking about a team with Dennis Schroeder, that Daniel Tice. You know what I'm saying? Those were the two big dogs that we faced.
They have the Wagners, right?
Yeah. We faced Wagner. You know what I'm saying?
Both Wagners.
Yeah, we faced both Wagners. Okay, those aren't
Dude,
superstars.
they're tough. Like
They are.
They're good players.
Still,
they're definitely good players. Like they beat us. Like they're obviously good. Like they're definitely good players. But all I'm saying is like I don't think it was a matter of talent, Julian, that we were lacking. That forced us to lose that game. We have all the skills and drills in the world. We have guys who can shoot the three, drive to the cup. Athleticism, length, defense, you name it. The team has it. Like we have all of that. I think what you and I can agree on is one thing that the team definitely did lack, though, among the other many things. But it's the mentality, Julian. Like, I mean, we're talking about a team with 0 dogs. I'm talking about 0 dogs. Ant-Man, shout out to him. He's from Georgia, everything. We know exactly what he brings to the table, but it takes more than one. Like, I mean, it takes more than one. Shout out to Joel Embiid. Like, he's looking around like, Austin Reeves is my 2. Austin Reeves is my 2. Shout out to Austin. He can't be the 2 on the team. All right, so this team lacked that mental toughness, and they got beat by a team of veterans, is what we all have to understand. Dennis Schroeder is a veteran guard. He's done this many times before on the international stage, in the playoffs, in the NBA. He has a very long, extensive career. We know exactly what Dennis brings to the table. He picked the U.S. apart. Pick and roll, getting guys involved, hitting them where they need to be, controlling the tempo of the game. This is what Dennis does. All right. But what Dennis actually did that really pissed me off, what really grinded my gears the most, Julian, is the fact that he outsmarted Steve Kerr. That was my problem. The coaching for the Team USA FIBA team was horrendous. It was bad. It was bad. We ran the same sets over and over again. We ran the same rotations over and over again, continuously got beat up on the glass, and at the end of the game, we're just looking around like, oh, we should have done more. We should have. But you have to put us in the position to succeed. Everybody's asking, where's the big man? Jaren Jackson's averaging 2 rebounds a game. Where's the big man? Shout out to Walker Kessler. He on the bench, 7'2". You know what I'm saying? He's a cheerleader. Right? You know what I'm saying? They reduced him to a donut boy. Yeah. To me. He could guard 6'8" Daniel Tice. Like, is Daniel Tice? But like, is that a Hall of Famer? Like, Is that a champion? I don't get it, Joe.
I feel like they were with that one. I guess they were just trying to go offense over. I mean, not necessarily offense over defense, but like offense over size. Like I feel like they were maybe trying to go small ball, like get out and run. Like that's something that Walker really can't do. So, that's really the only rationale. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Sometimes, like I'm sure, especially with like these NBA players, like sometimes there could be some backdoor things where like maybe the team at a certain point doesn't want him to play anymore. I don't know, because that doesn't make sense. You had one of the top 3 in Rookie of the Year not out on the court. I think there's something wrong.
I mean, if you look in media, I've seen multiple sources calling for it. I mean, regardless of our biases, regardless of him being a rookie, he's a bigger body. You know what I'm saying? He's the biggest body that we had. So, when you see guys get beat up on the glass, you see our starting center only get 2 boards, the question arises like, why didn't we just, put in a bigger guy? But I mean, hey, basketball is a very complicated game, and the ins and outs. I don't have the credentials. I simply don't have the credentials to get into all of that. So I'll leave it alone. But Christian Wood, let's go ahead and shout out the newest Laker. You know exactly what we do. GD Bus, Rob Pelinka. You know what I'm saying? What was y'all reaction to Christian Wood signing to LA, to La La Land?
Good pickup. Like it. I feel like, yeah, good pickup. Like, there's really not much more to say about it. Like, I don't think he'll play the 5. Like, I've seen people saying he's going to play 5 for us so AD can play 4. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. But if AD when AD does play 5, I think he can be a good 4 for us. Or even when AD's out, he can come in and play a pretty good stretch big role. So I like the pickup, especially for what we paid.
For real, Philly goes out bad. What else you got?
I mean, like it adds depth for sure. Like, congrats! Like, you got another player. Like, he's good, all-star caliber at his best. But does it really move the needle when we talk about going up against the Nuggets or going up against Steph Curry and them, or
we just beat them? Did we not beat them?
You had one good
year. We definitely just handled them.
We had to head an off year. That's not going to be every year. But my point is, like, does it really, put y'all over the top? Like, he's a good player, but like, I don't really see him doing much, that helps y'all win.
What did we need to beat the Nuggets? What did we need? If you could pinpoint one thing, what did the Lakers need to beat the Nuggets in just one game?
We needed more defense, interior defense.
Okay, then I rest my case.
Christian Wood does not give you any interior defense.
He doesn't give you another big body you can throw in the paint.
Not any more than Mo Bamba. Who don't y'all have?
Mo Bamba was injured.
Yeah, he's on the Sixers.
He couldn't play.
Okay, but point is, he's not anyone that scaring Jokic or who's gonna. And in my opinion, I think Aaron Gordon is a better player than Christian Wood. Like, he really doesn't. He's okay. He's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, they're similar. Like, I don't know. Like, but this is what we all have to understand about this C Wood trade is he's gonna be coming off our bench. That's what people have to understand. We're starting Hachimura, at the 5. Okay. AD's gonna play that.
I don't understand that either.
He's gonna play that pseudo 4. You know how it worked. You know how we did come playoff time. And we're gonna bring C Wood off the bench. I mean,
I did see that. I was so confused.
That's tough. That's very tough. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, we're talking. He was starting for Dallas. Like, that's all I'm saying.
It's thrown to me. I'm sorry. Anthony Davis just needs to hit the weight room and play center. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, I don't understand it. Just play center. He can come to the gym with me. We can go work out together. I'll be there at 7:00 in the morning.
Definitely. That's
I don't get it.
But Drew, you do though. You know what I'm saying? You bang a lot more on the glass playing the 5. He risks getting injured a lot more when he's not floating around the perimeter, shooting jumpers, being a finesse guy. It's the truth.
He's 7 feet tall. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you're 7 feet tall, go play center. Like, there's really there's no excuses to like go and be floating around and playing power forward. Like, that's soft.
No, it's not. I understand it. That's what like Joel. You know how like Joel be in the paint and like he be banging, right? That's how he averages 34 points per game and like 12 rebounds. But my point is, he does it every time and he falls, but he falls just to protect his knees. Anthony Davis doesn't do that. So when he's up there trying to get like 10 rebounds a game, his knee when he comes down on his knees and his ankles, that's why he gets so many injuries. And he's I applaud him throughout the season. So I think number better for his health.
Number one, Anthony Davis does fall very often in the games, and it pisses me off because he falls so much. Not as much as Joel Embiid though, because Joel Embiid is also like number one. Your comparison, like I take issue with that because Joel Embiid is 285 pounds. So
what's the difference?
He should. There's like a 50-pound difference. Like there's a large difference.
Is that
really? Yes. What is it? 40?
It's about like
I don't know.
20, 30.
20
can't be that much. It's a big dude.
What is he? I think he's like 240 something. Is he not?
Can't be in
he's skinny.
No way.
He's listed as 250.
AD is big.
So if he's listed as 250, he's probably like 245. Like that's real. Like I'm not even playing. Like for real. Like,
that's real.
If he's listed at 250, he's probably like 240 something. Like that boy is not big. Like he be flailing around. Like when he be trying to back folks down in the post, I'd be like, dang, like he's really soft.
242 soaking wet. Like
exactly.
I'm understanding.
Exactly. But anyways,
but
that's why you're
to help him.
No, bro. Number one, they should never be falling. All that falling, I feel like how can that really help you? Like you're just falling, and then you have to get up.
Less stress on your knees.
No.
Like just stop falling. Like
they be falling to flop. Like he's falling to get.
Okay,
off.
so
which he
since y'all don't like that option, he's moving to the 4. Like Morgan said, he can be on the perimeter more, shoot more shots.
That's what it is. But all I know is if AD actually does move to the 4, like if that happens, he's got to get the jumper up. Like the jumper hasn't been a consistent threat in a minute. Like I'll say that much. But he's got to get the jumper going. But let's go ahead and finish this thing off. Might take a little bit of time here, but got a video for us. So DeMarcus Cousins on the podcast. Do I have a video for y'all? Let me make sure. I sure do. But yeah, DeMarcus Cousins. So he got on a podcast talking about the NCAA. And let's listen to what he had to say. Let's just go ahead and listen to him.
And I was at Kentucky, and this is no knock to Kentucky, because this is just the time we was in. Mm-hmm. Man, we having tournaments in Cancun, Mexico. And there's 3,000 people with a Cousins in Kentucky shirt. But the vendor outside, he just made 60 bands with my name. But I get in trouble for a free meal?
Facts.
Come on, bro.
Or a drink or anything.
Like what?
Anything.
That 60 bands part is my favorite part. Like that's got to be like a gift or something like that. Like 60 bands. Like he was blown. But the topic is the advancement of the NCAA and their treatment of student athletes. Okay. I'll start with the broad question. Like, have we seen improvement from the time, around where DeMarcus Cousins, we remember this team, John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, Kentucky, the Kentucky boys were all over there, to what it is now with obviously NIL and some of the changes they made in facilities and all that sort of thing. What do we think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely improved, but I think we're getting a little too far out of control, even though this just started. But you can't you can't knock these players getting what they're worth.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, it's definitely gotten way better. Like now they actually can get compensated for their name, at least, like for their name and likeness. So that's a major thing. I definitely think they should have been getting it. I don't know, like yeah, of course, players who didn't benefit from it are going to complain, but I feel like the fact that it's changed now is just a good thing. Like, it sucks for them. He made his money in the NBA. Like,
but like, I guess
I don't feel bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess the broader point was just like it, like because it was so strict, and I mean, a lot of things. I mean, we know that a lot of things happen back doors, of course, but
yeah.
I mean, and not that many people really got caught, but he did. Obviously, it's a pretty big sanction.
I mean, yeah. Like I remember when Todd Gurley got in trouble for it and got suspended, like just for like an autograph. Like,
oh yeah,
it used to be really stupid. Like, it was very stupid. So now that like the rules are a bit different, like I am enjoying that. Like seeing like guys like Shadur and those guys. He's getting millions of dollars right now. Caleb Williams getting millions of dollars right now. Like, and they should, like, they're bringing that for their schools. So that's definitely a good thing. But or go ahead.
I just think I think it's also good for college players just because they can have that option to stay the fourth year. Like Caleb, he's not gonna have to worry about money his fourth year in college just because of the NIL deals. I mean, it's not gonna be the same amount as his first contract in the NFL, but he'll still be making a lot of money, even if he doesn't go.
No.
Well, it's a lot still.
Might be close. Yeah, it might be close.
Yeah. Angel Reese, I would never go to the WNBA if I'm her. Like, I'm spending all my years of eligibility in college. Like, she's getting bread.
This is very true. Living it up as well. Like, this is very, very true. I love getting broad, definitely love having serious conversations, but now we have to get into throw territory. All right. So what we read for DeMarcus in his quote was the fact that NIL was a little bit too late. Okay. So we talk about it being too late, implying that DeMarcus Cousins most likely would be somebody who benefited from NIL. Wouldn't you all agree? Like, would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Or assumption? I believe it's the NCAA's duty to conduct an economic impact assessment for every single player that has gone through. All right. No, listen to me now. That has gone through and reached a professional league or professional tournament, anything of such like that. All right.
Nah.
And to write a check.
How are they going to get
package?
Who's paying them?
what you mean?
Yeah, school's definitely not paying them.
The NCAA.
The NCAA will be bankrupt if they do that.
Yeah.
That's not true.
They'll be bankrupt after a year. Honestly.
But it could be like GameStop though, like you buy 2K, 16, you try and return it now, like you get $5. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, like it's a thought that counts.
You just prorate that a little bit.
It's a thought that counts. That's all I'm saying.
No, I feel that though. I feel that.
Like
no.
Like I don't know, like just as a bad. Like,
I would say it sucks for the guys who didn't make it professionally. Like the guys who got hurt in college or anything like that, like that really sucks. Like even guys like Johnny Manziel, like he never got a second contract in the NFL. Johnny Manziel would have made bread in college. Like he would have.
And then Tebow.
Tebow too. Like they would have had bread.
And there's so many different perspectives.
Baker Mayfield, even though I guess he's still.
I mean, he's a little bit better because he's getting paid some,
but again, we also mentioned the fact that if you're like an Angel Reese, why not just stay, get your education, make money, play basketball? You know what I mean? Like a DeMarcus Cousins could have done that, and I'm not. This is no knock on DeMarcus Cousins. I'm sure he has his hand in many, different things, whatever. But maybe if he did get, those extra 4 years back then, maybe he could have, maybe his life would have took a different trajectory. Excuse me. I don't know. He could be dabbling in God knows what right now. Is all I'm saying. Give me that $5.
He was a one and done. Like bro. DeMarcus Cousins was a one and or was he? Yeah, he was one and done all the way. And what's it called? He made hundreds of $1 million in the NBA. Like, let's be serious. Like that, he's not really missing that money.
No, he still missed out on probably 100 million, maybe in college.
100 million in
if
1
he
year.
Stayed all 4 years. If he stayed all 4 years,
nobody has made 100.
Julian's
million.
right.
I don't.
Wait. You're talking about college?
Nobody has made Nobody's made 100 million, and DeMarcus Cousins wouldn't be the one to do it. I'm gonna keep it real.
As in value, like you know, what's his name got the Rolls Royce deal, and like people be getting like.
I don't think they get to keep that though. They just get to drive that. It's like a lease.
Nah,
they get to drive that car for a year. Yeah,
he got to keep
that's not their bro. They don't own those cars. They don't own those cars.
Yeah, you gotta stop it.
Okay.
But even if they did, like that's 100K. Like,
okay, I didn't mean 100 million. He still missed out on probably tens of millions.
But okay,
he missed out on that.
Okay, but we don't have to put a number on it. He missed out on bread. But Julian's right in the fact that yes, he had. This is in this case, he's a millionaire. He's already made his money in the NBA.
Yeah, like his money was realized.
Yes, I don't know if the money is really the issue. I think as an athlete, I probably would just want to, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all it be. You know what I'm saying?
That's no cap.
I realize the error of my ways. Like that's my bad. But hey.
They should put in a class action lawsuit, and then that's how they can get their little money, their little check.
Yeah, and they'll be 95 by the time they see a nickel.
Yeah.
Like, so they can. I'd say 5, man. That's all I got. Shout out to Coco Golf. What's she doing, Miles? She final
tonight. Today at 4, and then Djokovic and Medvedev tomorrow, same time. So people thought that was so disrespectful, but I was just like,
that is disrespectful in the game of tennis. Like,
no, I mean,
I don't care.
No, but Shelton did it the 2 nights before. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying though, it's like,
he was low key egging Joker on during the game, like he was kind of like getting a little bit too into it for being for losing, and I know that pissed Djokovic off because Djokovic is a dog. Like people don't really do that to Djokovic. Like only what's face Kyrgios does that to Djokovic. Like nobody else like comes at him like that. Like not in a disrespectful manner, but kind of he was looking a little crazy after he made a shot, doing a little maybe flexing a little bit. Like Joker was not going. Hung it up on this. Hung it up.
The way he described it, anyways, he was just like, I saw him do it the other night, and it looked original to me, and I wanted to do it too. Like he wasn't even really,
it wasn't that crazy.
People were just tripping for no reason. But
not even. It's definitely the media response. Like that's he might as well just stepped over him or something
like what's his face said? Like Aaron Rodgers said, "Don't poke the bear." Y'all saw that video? Don't poke the bear, bruh. He poked the bear and he got handled. That's what happened.
So should be some good finals. Even though from what I've, at least in the women's side, there's been some upsets, but a lot of the matches have been fairly boring. They've been getting a little bit better as we've went. But yeah, Sabalenka versus Golf going for her first major, which at 19, it's crazy to think, but
definitely major.
Could be good. And Djokovic going for his 24th, got to go ahead and handle business. But Medvedev is one of those players where he is one of the kryptonite players that can cause an upset to the top players. He's always been up there, so
we will see.
And we got NFL back.
Yes, sir. So we'll be watching that Sunday night football. Did we even talk about Sunday night football?
I don't think we talked about the slate. We can throw that in real quick.
That's a long slate.
Packers, we're gonna continue to own the Bears. However the season goes.
What is that? 4:00 Sunday?
Nah, 1 o'clock.
1
I think
o'clock?
we have an early game. Oh no, 4 o'clock.
that.
We might have the feature game on Fox then, I guess.
The Bears look tough. Bears look tough this year. Roquan.
Yeah, well,
We're gonna see.
They don't even have Roquan. Who do they have?
DJ Mormon.
I thought their defense was fire. I guess it's really not.
Well, okay. Maybe I'm not that excited about that many games this weekend, anyways. But
it's Sunday football. That's what we're excited for. Period.
Go
I mean, Bills and Jets on Monday. That's gonna be that's the matchup everyone wants to see, and we get it the first week. So
I think Cowboys Giants is gonna be good.
That's a big one too. That's Sunday night, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a big
Definitely
game.
could be a game.
Y'all's game. I like y'all's game too. Eagles and Patriots.
don't look. Why does he look like that?
I want to see what y'all look like without without your coordinators. You lost both coordinators.
Come on, bro.
You lost your both coordinators.
I don't know.
Mac Jones.
Okay, but it's not a small thing to lose both your coordinators. And now the Patriots do have an offensive coordinator. They had a defensive coordinator as their offensive coordinator last year.
I know you're not talking about Bill O'Brien.
Insane. Bill O'Brien is he was an NFL head coach. So it's not.
He's a terrible one.
Okay, that means he probably was a good assistant coach. So,
nah, not here.
What do you mean now?
Eagles by 30, bro. Eagles by 30.
Very biased take there.
Eagles by 30 is crazy.
It's not.
I'd take 5.
The Patriots' best receiver is Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he doesn't move me. I mean, they don't have a great offense, but they have a good defense. So we'll see. All right.
I
wasn't saying that you're going to lose, but I'm interested to see what you look like without coordinators or 2 new coordinators.
I'm telling you, Eagles by 30.
They got dumb defensive. But let's go ahead and end this thing off, dude, since we over a little bit. But at Take 5, make sure y'all follow us everywhere. Check out our new website, and we'll see y'all next week.
Later.